It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Tuesday. Another great day, beautiful weather. And we got wall-to-wall hoops. Well, not day hoops, but we do have day baseball, spring training baseball going on at 12 o'clock today. If anybody's got a wild hair, let me tell you something. Oh, yeah, if you got that itch, you can scratch it. There is also some foreign basketball leagues going on. I was just looking at some stupid things this morning. Trying to figure something out. Can't figure it out, but today we're going to figure out something important. We've got David Cobb from CBSSports.com coming on the show today. We are going to find us some great basketball games tonight because it is a super duper Tuesday, and we're going to gamble. I'm going to find a 3-game parlay out there for you. That is our goal of the day. Did you hear me, Dacus?
John, I'm glad you brought up gambling because
you like to gamble.
Well, shout out to the PGA Tour. We got to get all our bets in the next couple of days because March is Problem Gambling Awareness Month. Sports can be unpredictable. Know when to lay up. Get it? Golf reference there. For resources to help overcome a gambling addiction, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. So the PGA Tour looking out for you. So I did not know that March is Problem Gambling Awareness Month. Probably could have picked a better name, but we need to be aware of our gambling in March.
I get it why they picked March, though.
Because of March Madness. And started baseball.
And yeah. You got so many things going on.
Started the UFL. I mean, you're betting on everything.
Man, everything's going on. When's the UFL start?
March 30th. Literally
March
like
30th.
The last day of March. I think same day MLB starts. Isn't that March 30th as well?
Mm-hmm. It is.
That?
I'm pretty damn sure it is. Because it was right before April. I do remember that. And 30th is right before. March 30th is right before April
Bingo.
1st. So, we're good on this. But tonight in basketball, man, you got Cincinnati and Houston. Houston now the number one team in the country. Even though, right now, if you look at the number one seeds across the country, who are the 4-1 seeds for sure?
I think 3 are for sure. UConn, Houston, and Purdue. I would put in Arizona as the 4th.
Okay, I guess I think I phrased that wrong. I phrased that completely wrong. Who is the number one overall seed?
Houston.
But look at the schedules remaining.
Well, you're talking about right now.
Okay, yeah, I'm talking. No, what I'm saying.
We can't predict wins and losses.
No, well, that's what we're going to try to do because we're getting together a 3-game parlay. Okay, dadgummit, we are getting together a 3-game parlay. So we're going to get all that good stuff today. We are going to find you a winner. We're going to tear it up. We're going to use a little college, maybe NBA if you need a little action like that. But what I was mentioning about college basketball is Houston, Purdue, UConn, and don't tell me that Tennessee, with the remaining schedule that they have, couldn't vault themselves all the way up to number one. Have you looked at what Tennessee has left on their damn schedule?
I have. They certainly could.
That is by far the hardest schedule remaining. They have the 11th ranked Auburn Tigers, the 14th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. You got the Gamecocks in South Carolina, who are currently ranked 18th. And then you close the season out against Kentucky, who is 16. You got 4 quad 1 games. You got 4 top 25 teams, all before you even have to play the SEC tournament. So Tennessee still has a chance, I think, for that number one overall seed. And then when you just look over at the top, I'd say, because I feel like Arizona and Marquette still have an opportunity to sneak up to that number one line. Tennessee's schedule is so brutal. You go 2-2 and get knocked out of the SEC tournament, they could stumble. So there's still a lot left. And I just don't remember seeing this many teams this late in the year that could be number one overall seeds, and how tight it is just for the number one overall seed itself. It's just going to be wild. Houston, Purdue, UConn, Tennessee, Marquette, Arizona, They're all balling. But we're talking college basketball today with David Cobb at 11:30. 12 o'clock. We're going to switch gears and talk about them Tigers. Tigers, of course, got that big win against FAU. Got 3 very difficult games left. UAB is next. And Andy Kennedy has his boys playing extremely good basketball right now. We'll break down that with Zach Boyd. We'll also talk a little bit of Grizzlies. We'll talk a lot of NBA action. Zach Boyd loves the association, so we're going to break that down. We'll probably talk a little bit about something I saw interesting. Did you see the LeBron James stuff? Just talking about his son.
Oh,
Bronny.
yeah. I mean, good for him.
I mean, good for him, I guess. I just do have to say, though, it's not like his son ever brought this upon himself, because I've never heard his son out there talking stuff. But wasn't it LeBron James who basically said he wanted to play in the NBA with his son?
Yeah.
So now that he's saying, can y'all please just let a kid be a kid and enjoy college basketball? The work and the results will ultimately do the talking no matter what he decides to do. If y'all do not know, or I'm sorry, if y'all don't know, he doesn't care what a mock draft says. He just works. Earned, not given. I don't know why. That just, I'm not going to talk about Bronny James because Bronny James doesn't talk about Bronny James. LeBron, it's always you that brings up Bronny James and gets him talked about the media. So, if you quit, I think everybody else will quit because, I don't feel like anybody else is putting all these expectations on his son other than realistically LeBron James. Call me crazy. He's like I said, he's a kid. He's a college kid. He's a basketball player. He had a freaking, almost like a cardiac arrest deadgummit at USC's practice.
Sure did.
I just don't feel that people right now are throwing the expectations on LeBron's kid and Bronny other than LeBron James. And I don't think a lot of people were talking about LeBron James and, did you think after he had a cardiac arrest that he was going to be in the NBA draft this year? Because I sure as hell didn't.
Well, I didn't think before he had a cardiac arrest that he was going to be in the NBA after this year.
Very good point. Good point.
I think it's largely fans that have put that on him because
I think it's not fans. I think it's trollers because LeBron is constantly speaking.
It could be.
I'm just saying, out of all the players in this world, LeBron James is the brightest shining star in the NBA. My man has been doing it for 20 years. He is a top 3 player to walk the place of the earth in the history of the game. Mm-hmm. But he's also, I think, just not very self-aware. The reason I think he's one of the athletes that's so polarizing, a lot of people don't like him, and then some people love him. Some people just he just irks you wrong because he's always telling everybody else what they're supposed to do, and he never puts a check on himself, and he doesn't realize, people wouldn't be talking about your son or coming and trolling on the X if you weren't bringing these things up. You were the one who put out there and said, whoever drafts my son, I would do anything to go play for him. By the way, you have a lot of power. You are LeBron bleeping James. Maverick Carter runs a deadgum sports agency. You know what I'm saying? You are, everything you touch, you got your fingers in everything. So I was just going to bring up, because I just thought it was weird that people are now talking about LeBron James and talking about, well, he wants people to kind of lay off his son, and I understand that people should, hey, let Bronny be a kid and all this stuff. Damn it, LeBron, you're the one who did this. You're the one. Oh, by the way, do you remember last year? He said that right now his son is better than some of the guards in the NBA. Do you not remember that?
Yeah.
Who's putting those expectations out?
Wow,
what I'm just saying, if he would, that's what I'm saying. You don't get to put all those things out there. And then if somebody says, hey, well, you said your son's better than players in the NBA, how come, he's not even listed as a first or second round pick, yada, yada, yada. And then he gets offended. Oh, well, let my kid be a kid. Bro, you were the one who started the conversation. Nobody else was saying, damn, man, your son next year is ready to take over the NBA. Did you see him score 44 points the other night? No, because he's averaging 5. He's played in 19 games in college.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I ain't putting Matt. How many? Listen, Ken Grievey Jr. and Ken Grievey Sr., what they did was magical, right?
Yeah.
That was awesome. If LeBron got to play with his kid, that would be awesome. We would love to see that happen.
Sure.
But none of us were putting those expectations or thinking about LeBron and Bronny playing together until you mentioned it. So I'm just saying, like, come on, LeBron, be a little more self-aware, because him constantly blaming everybody else in the world. He blames the Lakers organization on everything. He blames the Cavaliers. It's always somebody else. It's never LeBron. And the media is so unfair. People are so unfair to my son. Bro, nobody's being unfair. Go ahead. What do you think?
I don't think you have been, but I do think there have been some. And I think fans in particular, I mean, you'd be surprised the amount of people that showed up to Bronny James games when he was a sophomore in high school, before anybody
Over
was
at
even
Sierra
talking
Canyon,
about him.
yeah, I remember.
In
but
LeBron James jerseys.
Yeah,
I mean,
also LeBron's friends were all showing up at that game. It became a scene.
right. But I do think there have been people that have put unfair expectations on him, not just LeBron James. Like I do think there have been people that have put.
Would you say that nobody's put more expectations on their son than LeBron? And by the way, I understand. I have children. I want them to be the best. I believe they can do anything. I'm just also not coming. I guess what I'm saying is.
Let me introduce you to LeVar Ball.
Okay, hold on. All right, so what's the difference between what LeBron James and LeVar Ball doing? LeBron James has a louder microphone than LeVar Ball.
No, I agree.
LeVar Ball had to scream louder and say more
That's true.
crazy things
Yes,
like,
one is more
my
respected
kid's
than
better
the other.
than Steph Curry.
Exactly.
I
could beat MJ in 1-on-1.
I can beat Michael Jordan in one-on-one.
I would say I trust one of them more than the other.
But what I mean is, yes, but what I'm saying is it was LeVar Ball who brought it to the table, and nobody had a problem saying things about LeVar Ball.
Right.
Like, oh my God, this dude's crazy.
Yeah.
No, like, hey, 2 of his kids made it to the NBA.
That's right. Good father.
I mean,
One's playing in Mexico right now.
And LiAngelo.
There you go.
What do they call him? What, Jello?
Jello.
Jello's doing his thing, making money in ball.
That's right.
But what I mean is like, if LeVar Ball is going to be basically, I mean, because everybody brought him on to make fun of him, did they not? I mean, pretty much.
Pretty much.
And all I'm just saying is LeBron James ain't so far from LeVar Ball, because he's the guy, I guess, who put all these expectations, and again said he was better than NBA players currently, said that he was this. So I don't know. And you know me, I find LeBron James very polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
When he says things, I can't help but take notice, because I always am crazy and compared him to MJ. By the way, though, little sidebar, I saw I can't remember if it was like a MLB Network or a MLB podcast type kind of thing, but they were talking about the GOATs. And this guy said, Michael Jordan isn't the GOAT. And no, it's not LeBron James. And no, it's not Tom Brady. And no, it's not, so and so and so and so and so and so. And he said the GOAT of all GOATs, because he says if you want to be a GOAT, you have to have records that will never, ever become close to being broken. He says that he thinks the GOAT of all GOATs, he thinks is Nolan Ryan. What do you think about that? Man, and never
won a Cy Young.
Never won a Cy Young. Never won a Cy Young. But do you want to know something even crazier about Nolan Ryan, though?
What's that?
Do you know that Randy Johnson is the only person who even came close to Nolan Ryan's strikeout record?
Mm-hmm.
And do you know he was still 1,000 strikeouts short?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Nolan Ryan pitched 27 years?
Yeah.
And was pretty much excellent throughout the 27 years? I mean, the dude, 5,714 strikeouts. Nobody will ever do that. Hell, that's pretty damn crazy. I kind of like what he said. And I guess it also liked it because it's baseball.
That's right.
But, dude, Nolan Ryan, think about it, 27 years. You would have to pitch 22 years and average 250 strikeouts a year just to get close to him and tie him.
Hey, Nolan, win a Cy Young, then come talk to me.
But why in the hell did this guy never win a Cy Young? Are you kidding me? He was even in the MVP race a couple times, but didn't win a Cy Young.
That's right.
Strikeout king. Nobody has more no-hitters. Nobody has more strikeouts. And again, still 27 years pitching in baseball.
In all seriousness, though, I'm glad you brought him up because I love whenever somebody brings up Nolan Ryan and I can tell them to go watch the Chasing Nolan.
That's a great documentary on
It is
Netflix.
one of the best documentaries I have seen in a really long time.
It really is. I'll give you that. And again, the man who pitched 27 years, career 3.19 ERA, 27 seasons.
It's crazy.
Damn, dude is nasty. Now, we've kind of got off a little bit on couple side tangents because I just wanted to get this whole expectation thing that, like, I don't know anybody who's really putting on it. Thank you for making me a little bit aware that some people do. But again, the LeBron James situation. Now, basketball. Big Monday was terrible. At least I was terrible.
Really?
I did terrible.
Oh, you did terrible. I thought
I
you were
did
saying
terrible.
the games were terrible.
No. The games were fine. But there's more action tonight. I think better action tonight. Like Kentucky against Mississippi State. I can't wait to see this. What do you think the line is on that game?
It's Mississippi State -3.
Damn, you looked at it already. It's moved to 3.5, by the
has
way,
it?
since
Wow.
this morning. It's already so more people right now. The early money has got 60% of the money coming in on Mississippi State. So the early money's on Mississippi State, which to me is kind of wild. I mean, did you see Kentucky just drop 117
That's
or
right,
something?
yeah.
Like, damn, bro. They couldn't miss.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State, though, they got some big boys down low. The problem is Mississippi State drives me crazy because, one, they can't hit threes, and the thing that drives me the craziest is they're a terrible free throw shooting team. Are they really going to beat Kentucky? I know they're desperate. They need this win so bad it's not even funny. The weird thing is both teams are 19-8. But, damn, look at the perception of Kentucky over Mississippi State. That's a tough one. I'm going to have to ask David Cobb about that game because I'm still a little bit hung up on which way to go. I think there's a really interesting game tonight in the Big 12. I think the Big 12 is definitely not the best conference. That's the SEC. But Kansas and BYU go at it tonight. I know you love BYU's big man who can stroke the threes. Ali Khalifa. My man is, and I completely 100% what you meant by the college Nikola Jokic. I would say more of the college Domantas Sabonis because he's not as big as Joker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But he's similar in that aspect. He
But
doesn't
he's
move as well. He moves more like Jokic.
Right. And that's
But
where I'm
his size
coming from.
is more of
Is in terms
Sabonis.
of his build. Is like
he's
kind of
he's-
like nobody looks at Jokic and is like, wow,
He's a
athletic
super athletic-
specimen.
yeah, Khalifa.
You don't look at Ali Khalifa and go, man, that's a freak right there. You go, huh, that guy plays basketball?
Kind of,
okay.
yeah. He's like he looks a little chubby and
Yeah,
stuff, and
yeah.
has like he's got the dad bod thing long, but bro, he can shoot and has
player.
great court vision.
Yeah, good player.
So I got to give him a lot of credit. And I look at Kansas, and again, the one thing I constantly say, Kansas plays through the paint. They're a little bit slower. I mean, are they getting better? Yes and yes. Do they have better athletes? Yes. But BYU can hit that three. Kansas is 6.5-point favorite. I don't know about that.
They're also.
I'm scared to death, though, of Allen Fieldhouse because that
Yeah, I
place is freaking crazy to play.
Why wouldn't you be? I mean, nobody goes into Allen Fieldhouse.
I mean,
and
that's
walks
the one
out with
thing.
a win.
Like, that's the hardest part about this game because I feel like I want to take BYU in the points, but the one thing that scares me is not the team on the court, it's the damn fans in the stands.
John, I don't blame you at all.
And, they don't lose at Allen
No,
Fieldhouse.
they don't. They don't.
So there's some great basketball. We're definitely going to discuss tons of it with our good friend, David Cobb. Again, Grizzlies, what's going on with them? We'll talk about that at
Kevin
12.
McCullough also out for Kansas. So
Oh, I didn't know he was
still-
out.
Yeah, he might be out for this whole season. So,
What?
Yeah, that's what that.
Their best player?
Yeah, Michael Swain.
I just thought I saw him in the last. Did he not come back and play one game?
I don't know. Michael Swain tweeted out yesterday he covers
Lordy.
Kansas for 247, and he said Self said he's not sure if Kansas will get Kevin McCullough back this season. He said it's week to week with his bone bruise on his knee. Self hopes McCullough will be able to help KU b-ball in the postseason. So it sounds like we're playing the long game with McCullough, that if he does come back, it won't be until sometime in the NCAA tournament.
Dang. That's a huge blow to a team that already was thin.
Yeah.
That is a huge blow. The NFL Combine's coming up.
Yeah. We're already getting GMs and coaches talking. We'll get the on-field stuff started. What, Thursday?
Thursday.
How about that?
I know.
That.
Can you believe it? This week.
Crazy. My brother told me that like last week. He's like, yeah, the Combine's next week, and I was like, no chance. And
Yes,
sure enough,
sirree, Bob.
Shocker.
I'm wondering about Caleb Mills, Drake May, Jaden Daniels.
Caleb Williams. Caleb Mills plays for the Tigers.
What did I say?
You can say Caleb Mills.
Oh, I'm sorry,
He's a
Caleb
Tiger.
Williams. Sorry, Mr. 13 and the great Dr. Pepper commercials. I think that commercial with him not being like superstitious.
Oh,
I wear the
yeah.
number 13, and then he walks under a ladder.
Yeah, and then there's like a cat that runs
And there's a
behind,
cat, and there's a
great.
manhole, and all that stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty good. But I will say, there's been a lot of talk about Drake May, and I mean a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, there's rumors out there that Washington is praying that Chicago takes Caleb Williams because they want Drake May.
Oh wow.
Will say though, I did see, of course, because they're all putting their little videos out. I'm sure you've probably checked them out on the X and different sites. My man Drake May has got a freaking hose.
Sure does.
Hose. And he does play within that system. Caleb Mills being more of the kind of reminds me of Kyler Murray, not the size, of course, but when the play breaks down, he moves around the pocket, keeps his eyes down the field. He's very athletic, very, very athletic. I mean, man, there's 3 really good quarterbacks. And then don't forget, you still have, I don't think he's going to be any good, but J.J. McCarthy, some people think will be a first-round pick. Bo Nix is out there. Man's played a lot of damn football. Don't know if he's an NFL quarterback, but there's a lot of stuff. So I'm looking forward to the Combine. I did think it's pretty wild. Did you see Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to participate?
Yeah, I saw that. I guess but
I liked
he's
what
done
he
enough.
said. By the way, I think it's genius. You know what he said he's going to do?
No, what'd he say?
He's like, I'm not working to run cone drills and to do that. I said I'm working to be a better football player.
I like that.
And he said, sorry that I'm going to make the scouts actually have to go do their job and look at film. He said, I have enough film on tape
He
from
definitely
playing at
does.
Ohio State that they can go do their jobs. They don't need to watch me run around, do my 40 and stuff. So you ever think there will be a time where the Combine is just thrown out the window for the top athletes and the rest of it? I mean, I understand. Like, if you, dude, Marvin Harrison Jr., why would he have to be in the Combine?
Yeah.
Honestly, there is going to be a time when it's no big names. It's all the guys who are trying to get on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, trying to separate themselves from other individuals.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about that when you brought that up. Is we're seeing more and more top athletes, these top picks, opting out of both the NBA Combine and the NFL Combine, and so I think we might get to a point where instead of watching first rounders and second rounders, you're watching late second round,
You're
third
watching
rounds,
the quarterback
fourth
from
rounds.
the Ohio Bobcats.
Right. You're watching these guys that are good players, but maybe we just haven't seen enough of, trying to go and show scouts like, hey, I can play in the NFL and be kind of that second or third day selection.
Man, we got spring training baseball, combines this week with the NFL. We got Super Tuesday tonight, some NBA action.
I'm sorry. I wanted to bring this up real quick because I don't know if we'll have an opportunity to bring it up later. Did you see Jackson Dart got a NIL deal with a private jet company?
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. And they said he can use the private jet, and they give him so many hours they can use the private jet for travel, training, and philanthropy is what it said. So, I mean, good for Jackson Dart.
Now, Jackson needs that because the rumor is that Jackson, great quarterback, kind of a little bit of a strange dude.
Is he?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't know if I'm
not good with the ladies or something.
Just a little bit. No. Of course, I mean, he's going to do good with the ladies. The quarterback.
Yeah,
but
some of those guys are a little creepy.
Yeah, he's yes, he's just he's a little bit of a strange bird.
Interesting.
Loves him some Jackson. But you know what? I can't blame him.
I mean,
I love him. I love
John,
me some Jackson.
have I heard that?
Man.
Nobody loves Jackson Dart more than Jackson Dart loves Jackson Dart.
You know what, though, man? To be honest with you, I can't blame him.
John, I would too. If I was the starting quarterback at Ole Miss that was supposed to be the starter at USC, I'd probably love me some Brian as well.
Yeah. Man, well, hey, everybody out there, do me a favor, love yourself.
That's right.
We got David Cobb on the other side, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
The best athletes don't just play the game, they change it. When it comes to investing, Gainbridge is doing the same. Their online platform does things differently because it's designed to put you in charge of growing your own savings. It's intuitive, it's easy, and best of all, it's on your terms. No wonder Gainbridge has earned the trust of 40% repeat customers. It's a better way to invest because it's investing your way. Get started today at Gainbridge.io.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
All 650 acquisition fee. Forte RE722-812, MSRP 21590. Sorrento PG 2420710, MSRP 33010. Telluride RG 462-822, MSRP 38705. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 2/29/24 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Hey, Jeff Allen, you ready to get this party started at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah?
You bet I am, Randy. Gossett's got your new Kia that gets 41 MPG highway. 2024 Kia Forte LXS, $239 a month. $27.99 due at signing. Need extra room? How about a 2023 Kia Sorrento LX at $319 a month, $34.99 due at signing, and a 2024 Kia Telluride S all-wheel drive, $459 a month, $34.99 due at signing, all 36-month lease.
Plus, get peace of mind because with every Gossett Kia, you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
2680 Mount Moriah or online, KiaMountMoriah.com.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio, and hanging out all day with Brian Dacus. Brian Dacus is so good. He's going to be here, till 1 o'clock. Then he's going to be here from 3 to 6 with Brett Norris.
I'm here all day. No, man. By myself today, John. Me and Johnny Hill. Brett's out today.
Oh, dude, really? Nice. Where's Brett? Is he on a vacation, playing golf?
He's taking some days, a couple days off, staying tomorrow.
Taking some days off.
Like we were saying, you gotta love yourself. You gotta take some me time. You gotta take care of your what did they say? You gotta take care of your mental and your chicken. What was that?
Mental and you gotta take care of your chicken. I know that.
That's right. Well, not that chicken. I think more money was the chicken being referred to.
Oh man, I didn't even know that, man. Well, my chicken is my money maker, man. You know what I'm saying? I like. I'm a cook. I'm a chef. I'm gonna bring in David Cobb. We're going south. What's up, DC? How's life, brother?
What's up, man? Just sitting here filing a story about Boise State's offensive coordinator hire. You want to get into that?
Oh, dude, what you got for me, brother?
Oh, well, they are hiring Dirk Cutter, who you might remember that name. He was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach for a while. And this is like his third time working for Boise State. He keeps trying to retire, and then he keeps coming back to Boise State because he's from Idaho. He used to coach there back in the day. And I don't know if you remember, but they just landed former 5-star quarterback Malachi Nelson out of the portal from USC. So, yeah, it may be relevant to Memphis fans to a certain extent because Memphis will be battling with Boise State as one of the favorites out of the group of 5 to win that automatic bid to the college football playoff. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe a good way to localize that one there.
So Malachi Nelson is now going to Boise State. Dirk Cutter is not going to retire, and he's going to join them. Damn, that's pretty crazy right there.
It's interesting. I don't know.
Broncos are making some moves.
They are. They're making a move there. This is their third head coach now that they've had in the last few years.
I was actually sitting here thinking to myself, I can't even think of who their head coach is off the top
That's
of my
right.
head.
I mean, I had to remind myself of it about an hour ago. It's Spencer Danielson, who was their defensive
never have gotten there. I would never have gotten there.
He's 35. He's never been a head coach before. And so having an old vet like Dirk Cutter.
So what is Dirk Cutter, like 45, 50 years older than him?
My man is he's 65. And he was the head coach at Boise State like 25 years ago. And he keeps trying to retire, and they keep bringing him back. I guess he's living in Idaho, and I would assume he gets bored after a year out of coaching. And anyway, yeah, Boise State and Memphis don't play this year. I know they've played at times in the past, but yeah, big news in the group of 5 ranks.
Dude, didn't he, by the way, can I ask you something? Wasn't Dirk Cutter, didn't he retire 2 years ago?
Yeah.
From
so
the Falcons?
Came back. Yeah, so after he got fired at Tampa Bay, he landed with the Falcons as their offensive coordinator. That he was there for 2 years. So then he retired, got fired. I forget how it ended, but he was out of coaching in 21. He moves back to Idaho because that's home. And then they hire him as an analyst at Boise State. I guess he was bored.
I didn't know he did the analyst thing.
He was making $24,000. He was just doing it for fun because his son was a receiver on the team. I guess he wanted something to do. Well, then, like 3 games into the season, they name him the offensive coordinator. So, anyway, then he actually did really well.
Did he keep the $24,000 a year salary, or did he get a little bump in pay?
That's funny. I actually don't know the answer to that. I would assume he got a pretty nice bump. And he did a good job, but then he was like, oh, it's time for somebody else to do this. I've already said my goodbyes to football. And now here we are going into 2024. He's back. And you got to think part of the reason he's back is because he's seeing Malachi Nelson on the roster, and he's thinking, okay, this could be something.
Yeah, go ahead.
David, I'm sorry, I have to interject. I'm very excited. John will not care about this question. Most of the listeners will probably not care about this question, but I care about this question, so I'll ask it anyway. As you said, this coach, he sees Malachi Nelson on the roster. He immediately wants to come back to Boise State and be a part of the program. In a couple of months, David, I know yourself, a lot of other people will be taking over as coaches in the new video game NCAA college football. Excuse me, we're not calling it NCAA.
What now?
College Football 25. The college football video game series is coming back, John. Very exciting. All the players will be in it. We got that announcement last week. They can opt in, $600 and a copy of the game. When I'm looking at these G5 schools, David, because I love building up programs, I see Malachi Nelson at Boise State. Jordan McLeod just went to Texas State this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Ty Thompson is at Tulane now. You got to have a great quarterback when building up one of these small programs. Memphis obviously bringing back Seth Hennigan. Who would be your top group of 5 team to take over in college football 25 in a couple months?
So I like to start at the bottom. I like to take over the Louisiana Monroe.
Oh, I'm all in on Sam Houston this year.
Or the Akrons. And then once you win at Louisiana Monroe or Akron, then you go to Boise State or Coastal Carolina or Memphis. And that's where you can build a dynasty,
Man, don't come to Memphis, man.
I did it once. I mean, I used to have a Memphis dynasty that was they were perennial contenders, in the national title discussion every year. I'm really excited to get that game back because now I can live all the things that I wish I had actually done with my real life.
So a game's coming out soon, I take it? This is the football game?
Early July. I'm super excited.
Man, I am so happy for all of y'all in the video game world. Now, by the way, if you can't tell, David Cobb, you know who he is. He writes at CBSSports.com. He doesn't just do college basketball. My man's knee-deep in college football. He covers them both, and he does it better than anybody. Also on Twitter at David W. Cobb. Now, David, I also have to jump over here. One more little football question. Since we are moving to the 12. You got 5 automatics. and you got your 7 at-larges. Basically that fifth automatic is going to be basically could be a Memphis or, as you said, a daggum Boise State. It'll be a non-Power 4 champion, the highest ranked one. That's obviously the only chance. How good of a chance, realistically, do you think Memphis has at getting that automatic qualifier?
Yeah, I'd say there's about 7 or 8 teams that will compete from the group of 5 for that spot. You got to look at the Sun Belt, which has produced some pretty good teams in the last few years, and then the Mountain West, and then those are your 2 leagues that'll provide the stiffest competition. I mean, I don't see the MAC providing a college football playoff team unless it's somebody that goes undefeated, and nobody ever goes undefeated
Not in
the MAC.
Dude,
so,
action, baby, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. And then Liberty is one. I mean, they're in Conference USA. As a whole, that league is bad. But if you go undefeated, like Liberty could do, then you got to worry about Liberty. So, yeah, Memphis, if they're going to make it, you just have to be the highest ranked Group of 5 champion. That's the team that's going to get in. It's the highest ranked Group of 5 champion. And so that, out of the AAC, that probably means going 11-2 and winning your conference. And then you got to see how you stack up against the Mountain West champion, who could be an 11-2 type of team as well. So they've got a shot. There's a lot of teams that think they do. Memphis is on that list of probably 7 or 8 who realistically do.
So if that were the case, in the way that it looks like they're doing the first round, the top 4 teams get a bye. Obviously, that 5th team is not, a non-ACC, Big 10, SEC, or Big 12 school is not going to be, they're going to be in the top 4 spots. So they're going to be off. So you're saying that there is actually a chance that the Liberty Bowl could host a college football playoff game?
Yeah, there is, because, you would have to be among the top 8. So it's far-fetched because only if you're 9, 10, 11, or 12, you play your first game on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So your Group of 5 champion to host a playoff game, you would have to go undefeated in all likelihood, because you'd have to be almost
Okay, so you helped me, because I thought if you had one of the automatic bids, one of those 5 automatic bids, I thought you got to host in the first round since you didn't get the bye.
So the top 4 conference champions get a bye. That 5th conference champion, the Group of 5 champion, in all likelihood,
they're just going to seed them either 5 through 12. It just depends on where they're ranked.
That's right. You don't get any. That 5th conference champion, to my understanding, they don't get any preferential treatment.
Oh,
in terms of,
thank you. I was thinking because they were an automatic bid that there was going to be preferential treatment and they got to host a game in the first round. But you obviously know more about this than me, so thank you for helping me.
Well, yeah, you would probably have to go undefeated. You'd have to be on that UCF or Cincinnati type of trajectory from the last 5 or 6 years, like those special teams there that did it. They would have been in hosting position or whatever. Actually, Cincinnati, since they were one of the top 4, they would have had a first round bye. But like that UCF team that got snubbed under Scott Frost, they would have been a hosting team. But it's unlikely that a Group of 5 team would host a playoff game, but not impossible.
Wild, wild, wild. Now, David, I hate to ask you this because I've spent so much time on college football and I have 100 million college basketball questions. Is there any way I can have you hold for a break?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll do it.
Man, you are the best. He's David Cobb. Please follow him on Twitter at David W. Cobb. Read all his work at CBSSports.com. We're going to take a quick timeout. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
They say you can't pick the best barbecue in Memphis.
Who is they?
The people that say things.
Like what?
Well, that you can't pick the best barbecue in Memphis.
Well, that's ridiculous. It's Central Barbecue.
Well, I'm telling you, these people said that you can't even say Central Barbecue is the best barbecue in Memphis.
But it is. There's no better slow smoke, perfectly cooked barbecue in Memphis or anywhere else.
Look, I'm just saying that they say.
What else do they say?
Well, that the earth is flat.
You have got to get off of social media.
That's what they say as well.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at WeatherGuard.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time to get thunderstruck during Gossett Mitsubishi's spring sales event at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Ready to get 43 MPG Highway? Check out the 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. We Gossett, 18,610 or $249 a month. Need extra room? 7-passenger seating in 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander SE, 33,605 or $399.99 a month. And Gossett Mitsubishi's got sophisticated styling and comfort in 2024 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, 31,200 or $449 a month. Plus, every Gossett Mitsubishi comes with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, and 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we Gossett and Gossett Motor Cars.
Mirage RH00591 MSRP 19110, Outlander RZO 19512 MSRP 34605, Eclipse RZO 10625 MSRP 317, includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealer stock only.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. You're so lucky. The weather's beautiful on this Tuesday, and you get to listen to David Kopp from CBSSports.com. Covers college football and basketball, and we got a little Super Tuesday on our hand. DC, what's up, homie?
Yeah, man, what's up? Happy to do segment number 2 here. But you know the rule on this. When I stick through a break, you got to double my salary. So that's just
I love it.
Dude, I'm going to send you. Man, the problem is you've always turned down the green I try to give you. You're like, no, dude.
Hey, Johnny, that's because you were trying to give me a different kind of green.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Classic John.
He wanted cash, and I was trying to pay him in a different form of cash.
Classic.
But we got to talk a little college basketball because I love a little Super Tuesday. I have a 50% parlay boost, okay? 50%. I need 3 winners, David. This is why
You're
big ass.
You're asking me for 3 winners.
3 winners, baby. I got a couple ideas, and I do want to start in the SEC, which I think is the number 1 conference in college basketball, bar none. I think so. Do you agree a little bit, maybe?
You think okay, hold on now. You think the SEC is better than the Big 12?
I think hands down, me and David,
we have been having this argument for like 3 weeks now.
I've been winning every one of them.
That's not true.
I think honestly, listen, I know Houston is really damn good. They're still flawed in the fact that their offense can, shed is very important. I just don't, he did go away against Baylor, but they still won that bad boy in overtime. Their defense is great. I still see, I'm just not 100%. I know they're good. Don't get me wrong. I know they're the number 1 team in the country. I'm not saying that. It's just I don't fear them as much as I fear actually some of the SEC teams. Iowa State is a damn good basketball team. But for some reason, I just can't believe in the Cyclones. I just can't. Kansas, I think, is flawed. Their best player is going to be possibly done for the season. They're thin as can be. They can't shoot the 3. I don't trust them, and please, I don't even talk about Baylor, please. Please.
I like the rhyme in there. They're thin as can be, can't shoot the 3. You should lay down a track about how the SEC is better than the Big 12. I'm not sure I agree with you. I respect the take. It's a bold take. And you feel pretty confident about it. So that's what
I feel very confident as much Big 12 basketball and SEC basketball because that's something that for some reason I'm always watching those 2 conferences. And I look at the
There's
depth
a
in the
league that-
SEC. I look at the big people in the SEC. And I'll just say, like, I mean, when I look at the guard play, I don't know. I look at the SEC and I feel like 9 in and 9 out. I mean, you talk about just like the top, 7 teams? Aren't they not? Don't they have 7 teams ranked right now at the SEC?
Yeah, I mean, probably something around that number.
Or 6. It's like 6. 6 teams ranked. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. I feel like the SEC just plays a better form of basketball.
I think you could argue the SEC is better offensively. Actually, it's not even close. Like, the SEC is better offensively because Alabama, Auburn, Kentucky, even Tennessee this year can get buckets. But you look at the defense, the nastiness of a Houston, of an Iowa State, like those guys, they guard their tails off.
I'll give you that.
That's why I think the Big 12 is more likely to produce a national champion than the SEC. Because I don't trust Alabama, which just gave up 117 against Kentucky. I don't trust them defensively to win 6 games in the NCAA tournament. We've seen Auburn play a couple of clunkers now in the last few weeks. They got smacked at home by Kentucky. They lost by double digits at Florida. So I think the trustworthiness of Houston and Iowa State, to me, is kind of on that next level. And then I look at Baylor, I look at Kansas, and I see 2 teams that could win it all, too. And so I'm not saying that, like, that offensively the Big 12 is better. But if you're looking for a national title winner, I would say the Big 12 is far more likely to produce one than the SEC.
All right. Well, I'm going to right now. Both of y'all are against me. That's all right. We're going to let it play out, and then I'm going to hopefully not be eating crow come March when there's a natty. Now, I do need to bring up tonight, SEC. Kentucky scored 117 on Alabama at the house. They went absolutely crazy. Mississippi State's a 3.5-point favorite. Both teams 19-8. Mississippi State, though, mentioned that Mississippi State, they are so big down low. They are big. Problem is they can't hit a 3 either, and they can't shoot free throws. How are they a 3.5-point favorite?
Yeah, I'm kind of confounded on that one too. My gut reaction when I see that line is to go with Kentucky, but you're talking about.
I want to put Kentucky on the money line.
I'm not going to talk you out of it. It just seems to me like there's a reason why this line is what it is. Exactly what that reason is, I don't know. But Kentucky is just always 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Or maybe it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Because they're making progress. They're getting better. But maybe this is that step back. Because Kentucky looked really good against Alabama. And they smacked Auburn on the road. But this is the same team that went to Baton Rouge last week.
Yeah, lost to LSU. They look like a bunch of bums in the second half.
Yeah, and that Mississippi State team, I mean, they are sort of the antithesis of the rest of the SEC because we've been talking, right, about how good the SEC is offensively, how good the Big 12 is defensively. The Mississippi State team here, they look more like a Big 12 team to me than they do an SEC
rebounds.
Team. Yeah, 100%. So I think it could be that length could be an issue because you think about the way Kentucky plays and you think about Rob Dillingham getting into the lane and finishing in the paint. Well, it's hard to do that amongst the trees. And then Mississippi State's got Tolu Smith down there. Even on the perimeter, they're just sort of long and rangy. You know, DJ Jeffries, he's low-key one of the better glue guys right now in college basketball. So, you know, he's 6'8", he's long. So, I don't know. I mean, I would maybe lean towards Mississippi State here, but I'm not going to talk you out of Kentucky. But I just wouldn't put that as part of your parlay.
I don't think I can.
Money line sprinkle on the Cats for sure, but don't put them as part of a parlay.
Got you. Thank you. That's great advice, David Cobb. Sprinkle, magic. If you like the Wildcats on the money line, but don't be surprised if State wins. This is not a parlay team. BYU, Wiz Khalifa's kid, Ali Khalifa, is playing in Allen Fieldhouse tonight. My man can hit threes all over the place. Kansas, thin, banged up, but they don't lose at Allen Fieldhouse. Do they win by more than 6.5?
Yeah, I lean Kansas here. I think this is the time of year when Bill Self flips the switch. I think it's the time of year when they sort of begin to hit their stride. I think Kansas in a lot of ways reminds me of like an NBA team that knows it's going to make the playoffs. And so maybe in March and April, you don't see that NBA team, you know, go full blast. You've seen Kansas rest Kevin McCullough, just trying to get him right.
He's not going to play tonight, is he?
Well, it's a huge question. I mean, if he does, then it's easy money on Kansas. But even still, BYU going to Allen Fieldhouse, I understand that like BYU has the metrics trick, and that the metrics love BYU. But I don't know that I love BYU enough like the computers do to see them go into Kansas and keeping that thing close down the stretch. So I would expect Kansas to win that game 72-60 or something.
Man, Kansas, by the way, they were hitting on all cylinders on the offensive end against Texas this Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember. They beat them so bad it wasn't even funny. Like, they looked like they couldn't miss. They played great basketball from tip till end. Is Furphy, is he their glue guy? The dude who looks like Opie?
He's sort of their, I don't know, he's sort of their offensive wild card to me. Because when Johnny Furphy goes for 18 on 6 of 9 shooting or whatever, that makes Kansas real dangerous. And you're right, by the way. I just looked it up, and it is true that Kevin McCullough doesn't play tonight. So that brings you back to the drawing board a little bit on your pick there. 6.5 for Kansas without Kevin McCullough. That's a pretty big ask. But you bring up Johnny Furphy, and he's the type of player who can cover up that absence because he's so efficient offensively and effective offensively.
And he gets to the line all the time. I don't know how this kid is like a foul magnet.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think he's a NBA-level offensive player. I don't think he's there yet defensively. Here's the key. Do you trust the depth? Do you trust Nick Timberlake, for example?
Dude, he's going to be starting, isn't he?
Well, he is, and he's hot and cold. Like, you see him one night, and he hits a few threes, and he helps Kansas be a better basketball team. But then you see him another night, and he's not at his best. He's missing assignments defensively. Bill Self is getting frustrated with him, and Kansas suffers as a result. But I think about this BYU team and the way they play. I think that actually favors Nick Timberlake because they're not going to physically overwhelm him. He's a Towson transfer, and transferring up.
Oh yeah, dude, he can. I know. He's a very unathletic white guard for Kansas. I mean,
right.
He can play against BYU.
Exactly, he can play against BYU. So maybe cautiously go with the Jayhawks minus that 6.5.
All right. I like it. All right, so the Houston team, we got to mention the Cincinnati. This is a 13.5 point line. The total is only 132.5, and I'm like, damn. In Cincinnati, I've watched them this year. They can go cold for long damn stretches. Not a very good shooting basket, huh?
They're just out of gas.
Is that what it is? I feel like laying either 13.5 or I don't know what's better, maybe going under 132 because I don't know if Cincinnati gets 50.
Yeah, I actually really like that under. That's a really good under because Cincinnati isn't bad defensively. You go and look.
No, they'll fight you down low, but damn, they can't score.
Yeah, nobody's scored 90 against those guys, and Houston wants to play slow. So I think the under actually looks really interesting. For Houston and Cincinnati, because Houston's going to get up by 15 in the second half. They're going to take the air out of the ball.
Yep.
Maybe Cincinnati covers back door, but that total, you're going to need both teams to get to 65 or something for that to hit. I don't see any way Cincinnati gets to 65, and we know Houston doesn't really have the appetite to go out there and score 80. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of that under.
I like that a lot, too. Thank you so much. All right, we got one of our big plays that we're going to have. Now, just kind of, this is kind of a weird one I'm going to throw at you. But, again, you cover basketball all over the damn place. Utah State, Fresno State. It's 9 o'clock. I kind of wanted to put either them or San Jose State and San Diego State because those are the late games. I want to put one late game as my last one. So if I get my first two, I'm up all night partying, getting ready for that last game. Which do you feel more comfortable with? San Diego State minus 22.5 against San Jose State is terrible too. I mean, terrible. And I don't know who's going to stop. What's his name? Leday, that man down low, the full-grown man. That's going to be tough. Or Utah State at Fresno State. Utah State 11.5 point favorite.
I think I like Utah State a little more. That 22 is a huge number, and is San Diego State capable of covering that? Yeah, without a doubt. Is it a guarantee that they do? I wouldn't say so because it's that time of year where a team like San Diego State, they're going to call off the dogs a little bit earlier. They don't need to juice the metrics to try and increase their net ranking. Like, they are totally fine in terms of where they're going to be in the NCAA tournament standing. There's no need, no motivation for San Diego State to mash the gas in the last 10 minutes of that game tonight.
Yeah,
so if I were you, I would look at that the Utah State line and think that one looks a little bit more appetizing to me.
Yeah, Utah State needs this one, man. 22-5 on the season, and they're top 25. On the road against Fresno State, a very average team out in the Mountain West. I think I'm going to do that one because I got to have a late night action. All right, now, is there anything that just stuck out to you in this world today, and you're like, damn, I kind of like that game?
Not in particular, really. I do like the under in Cincinnati, Houston. That one is interesting to me.
What about Texas and Texas Tech tonight? That one's in Lubbock.
That's always fun. I think Texas Tech. You remember when Chris Beard went back and played coached Texas at Texas Tech?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that the dynamics there tonight are not the same because Chris Beard isn't the Texas coach anymore. But Texas Tech and their fans, they still hate Texas. And there is nothing that they would love more than to give Texas a loss in a spot where Texas absolutely needs a win for their NCAA tournament hope. So, yeah, I would like the Red Raiders there in that one.
I'm taking Texas Tech on the money line. We're rocking with I'm going with Utah State. And then I'm going under in Cincinnati and Houston. That's our 3-game parlay. Thanks, David. You are the best. Be blessed out there, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Hope it works out for you.
Thank you. That is DC. On the other side, though, we got to switch gears and talk with Zach Boyd. Again, David Cobb, he's at CBSSports.com. Check his work out. Dropping all kinds of articles. He's right now, if you're a Memphis Tiger fan, he's talking about Boise State's football team. Dirk Cutter's coming back. They got Malachi Nelson going to play quarterback. Why is this important? Well, damn it, man. We're trying to get into the college football playoff.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This is a football school now.
That's right.
Yeah. Mount up. On the other side, NBA, Tigers, Zach Boyd, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
The lunatic is in my head.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Winter's coming. Heavy rain, sleet, snow, and ice. Are your tires up for the challenge? Tread confidently in winter's worst with a set of new tires from Tire Rack. They only sell the best, like the full line of BF Goodrich tires. Go to TireRack.com/Colin. Tell them what you drive. Your tires will ship fast and free to you or one of over 10,000 recommended installers. Go to TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Country music singer-songwriter Kylie Morgan absolutely loves her Genesis diamond ring.
I got so many compliments as soon as I got the ring and continue to get compliments on it because it looks really pretty on my finger.
Kylie's husband Jay heard folks in the music industry raving about Genesis, but he also did a lot of homework on his own.
When it came to finding the ring, he took it very seriously. He did all the research. I think he knows more about diamonds than any man in the entire world, and that's how he landed on Genesis. He just knew that they were the best.
Jay picked out a stunning, flawless, pear-shaped diamond in an elegant setting. Got the value price Genesis is known for. And now they both tell everyone they meet about the amazing Genesis experience.
When you walk into Genesis, you can just feel the happiness. You know that they're helping find something that symbolizes the love that you have for your partner. And you can feel that as soon as you walk through the door.
It's always been you, and I've always been your wife.
Genesis Diamonds at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard. Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard. It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
It's leap year, so jump into big savings at Gossett Kia on the Pike. New 2024 Kia Forte LXS gets 41 MPG, $239 a month, $27.99 due at signing. How about 7-passenger seating? Get 2023 Kia Sorento LX, $319 a month, $34.99 due at signing. 2024 Kia Telluride LX, $459 a month, $34.99 due at signing. All 36-month lease, and don't forget, every Gossett Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So call Bobby J to put you in a new Kia today. That's Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online anytime at KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 650 acquisition fee, Forte RE722-812, MSRP 21,590, Sorento PG 24,2710, MSRP 33,010, Telluride RG 462-822, MSRP 38,705. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax on license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 2/29/24 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Hanging out with our good friend Brian Dacus all day long, all day strong. You know we got Zach Boyd in the house. It's 12 o'clock on a Tuesday. Weather's beautiful outside. Weather is absolutely wonderful. I hope you're out there and enjoying life. We're about to talk a little bit of Grizzlies, a little bit of Tigers. We got a lot to talk about, people. We got a lot to talk about. But first, I have to remind you, if you want to go down to like FedEx Forum and show your swag and look good while you're at the Grindhouse, make sure you go to Frontier Western Store first. Why? Because they have the best. They can dress your girl up in the ladies' boutique. They got you covered in the men's section. Heck, you bringing your kids down there, they got your kids covered in the kids department. They have the largest boot showroom on planet Earth. If you need cowboy boots or Western boots or work boots or like the steel toe boots and pointy boots, square toe boots. They got all kinds of boots. Plus, they got the Hey Dude shoes. They got you dressed from head to toe. Frontier Western Store and FrontierWesternStore.com. What up, Zach?
What it do, Johnny?
Man, just chilling, man. Just kind of doing my thing. Grizzlies played a little basketball.
Oh, that happened yesterday?
Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention, man.
Yeah, they won. By the way, they looked really, really bad against the Nets for some reason.
Yeah.
They played really good against the Clippers.
Yeah, when you're the city team, you get a chance to have a day off
right.
here.
That's right.
Yeah,
you can afford a day off.
Yeah.
I mean,
that other team. Oh boy.
Was there
days off?
Was there anybody for the Grizzlies that had a good game? Was there one player? Because I could literally say I think it's the first game I've watched this Grizzlies team play.
My guy, Lamar Stevens.
Man, what
Lamar?
Lamar
Just
do?
gonna say Lamar.
Yeah,
okay, man, my man Lamar.
17-6.
Damn, when Lamar Stevens has the best game for the Grizzlies, you know you're in a little bit of trouble. I mean, Vince couldn't hit. Tripp couldn't hit nothing. Nothing. Only thing he could hit was a free throw because he kept getting to the line. But man, my man missed 10 shots.
Something like that. I know both. I think they said that Gigi and Tripp were like 3 of 20 or something like that.
Oh, no,
I didn't even know.
That.
Was Gigi the worst player on the
3
court
for 15 or
How much?
3 for 25?
Yeah. That's not ideal.
Not great.
I got it right. Damn, Gigi was terrible. Tripp was terrible. So together they were 3 for 25. That is really, really bad.
That's really bad.
And that's 1 for 8 from downtown. Ouch.
Yeah. But I mean, at some point it was going to happen. You're not gonna. It's the NBA. They're professionals, so you're gonna have performances where you're gonna be competitive most nights. Which this G League team featuring Luke and Jaren, they have been competitive. But nights like last night we're supposed to have. Like you right now, you don't have enough NBA talent to go up against other
shooting under 40%
teams.
from the field. You're not going to win in the NBA.
You're not.
You're not going to win. That's just how it is. But other thing, though, talking about G League teams playing, and I'm not saying it's a G League team, but like the NBA, people have to remember about all these guys being pro. Did you see what the Heat did last night to the Kings?
Oh, they won. Oh, I thought you were talking about the watch the little pizza party that Jimmy Butler and Nikolai, was it Jovic?
Yeah.
They were suspended.
Yeah.
All their suspensions were, they were taking their suspension for last night. So, I mean, it was Duncan Robinson. It was Jaime Jaquez.
Bam.
It was Martin and Bam. And they went out there and dropped 120 on the Kings' face, bro. Like, the Kings went into the fourth quarter down by 20. The Heat, those dudes just went out there, and the thing was, and I know the Kings played on a back-to-back, but the Heat guys, they didn't have Jimmy Buckets. They were missing so many pieces, yet those dudes went out there and fought, and that's the crazy thing about the NBA. That's why it's so hard to bet the NBA.
That's the reason why the East is wide open, is because the thing is, like we could sit here and I talked myself into saying that the Celtics are going to make it to the NBA Finals, but realistically, if Miami get their act together and start and go on one of these postseason runs like they normally do, Miami could be back in it again, because they just have it.
Well, if you watch,
they
the
just
game
figure
last
it out.
night, though, they kept showing highlights. Like, if you could hear the way they talk on defense to each other, it is something special. If you hear them, they're constantly, when they're on timeouts, they are getting coached up. They're all talking to each other.
Right.
Like they epitomize what being a professional organization and a professional team are. Like, Spo's got it going on. I guess it starts from the top. You know what I'm saying, with Pat and Riles. But dude, it was the slow drip all the way down to the team and the way that they play. I can't help but say I just love this Heat's team, and I love Jimmy Butler, by the way, Michael Jordan's kid, because I'm a big MJ fan.
You've fallen into that conspiracy theory yourself?
Man, if I'm going to get on any conspiracy theory, it's going to be that one.
That's his love child over in Minnesota. That's what you say. No, wait. Was it Edwards or was it Jim?
It's been both.
It's
been both of them.
That's interesting, man. That's interesting. We're gonna have a MJ like conversation.
Yeah, supposedly MJ was getting around with every future NBA star's mother.
Like Wilt Chamberlain was.
That's right. Bingo.
That's crazy.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. I think MJ could go out there and probably go toe to toe with 20,000.
That is a historic number.
Better number, 20,000 or Nolan Ryan's 5,000 strikeouts.
I want to Cy Young.
Does it matter which one? Because I don't think nobody want to watch Nolan Ryan strikeouts, and I highly doubt people want to watch how many.
Well, that's a good point, Zach.
I watch Nolan Ryan whip up on Robin Ventura all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to watch Wilt and his 20,000.
Yeah, I don't think
there are websites for that, just none that I partake in.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think.
What's more believable, 20,000 or 100? I mean, please, if we're supposed to believe 100, are we really supposed to believe 20,000? Vice versa. If we're supposed to believe 20,000, how can we believe 100?
That's a good point.
Give me some video.
Give me good point.
So basically what you're saying is we need proof.
I need some proof.
We need proof for both.
Give me some video of both.
All right, I like it. Now, going forward with this Grizzlies team, I got a question for you. Do you just want them to play hard and see what the young fellas can develop and all that good stuff, but you want them to lose at the end of the day, don't you?
I mean, that's gonna losing is gonna happen organically because you're gonna be facing a lot of good teams down the stretch. At this point, for me, and everybody on Twitter, they just it's just been up in arms about it. Because for me, it's you can't have both. You can't say, "Oh, I want to lose as many games," and say we're gonna get Alex Sarr with the first overall pick, but then at the same time, it's like, I want us to win as many games as possible. It's like you can't have both.
I know what it is. They just want to continue. This team is become enjoyable to watch. That's the thing. Last night was not pleasant.
It's not. That wasn't
fun. The Nets
fun.
were terrible, but watching them when they played the Clippers, that was a damn good basketball game. It came down to the wire.
Yeah.
James Harden had to hit a damn three to make sure to seal the deal in that Clippers game. You have the Bucks. They beat the Bucks right before the All-Star break.
Right.
When they went out and they're fighting tooth and nail with basically everybody. I mean, hell, when they were in New York in Madison Square Garden, like that was a good basketball game. They went out there and fought. So that's what I'm saying. It is fun to watch them compete because I get excited watching Gigi Jackson. I get excited watching Vince Williams Jr. I kind of trip out. Just watching at the sidelines sometimes, and you see Ja over there going a little crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fun basketball team. The first 25 games of the year while we were waiting on Ja to get back, and we were actually believing that they could be a good team, that was a horrible 25-game stretch for Grizzlies fans.
Yeah, it took forever.
It took forever. And then when he came back, and then the game-winning shot against New Orleans, and everybody in the city is higher than Giraffe.
Oh, man.
Eyeballs. And
there you go.
We are just
we coming.
We coming.
We here.
Marcus Smart's about to come, dude. And then all of a sudden, Ja Morant's out, Desmond Bane's out, and then everything falls south. Everybody got a little bit down. Now though, there's a comfort with watching them because the kids compete. Taylor Jenkins is coaching his ass off, so that part is fun.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I like seeing them fight the Clippers and still lose by 6 points at the end because I want more balls. More balls in my city.
I don't know.
Lottery balls, man.
Oh, okay.
You got to have the ping pong ball.
We want the balls. More balls.
More balls for the city.
But is there enough basketballs to go around? That's the question.
Man, they need it. Yeah, they got a lot. They got a lot of work.
Figure out which balls.
But I think basically, and I agree with you, John. Like the fact that Jaren and the others. I don't want to call them the others, but most of them is the G League guys. They have been very competitive for, gosh, I don't know, like 3 weeks straight, since 3 or 4 weeks straight. And like I said before, like they were due to have a bad game or have a bad shooting night and not show up. Not to say that it's acceptable, but it's looking at how the season is for them, like it's understandable. I just like the idea of just going out and like trashing like one of your best players as fans, trashing one of your best players because he didn't have a great night when he's been carrying this offense. So
see, in the NBA, I just chalked last night up to it's one of them things.
It was just one of them nights, man.
It's kind of like the Kings, bro. Now, the weird thing is, I mean, the Kings couldn't hit a shot to save their life last night. That was the worst third quarter of basketball. I mean, they had Kevin Huerter's looking. You got De'Aaron Fox. I mean, they're shooting shots 2 feet from the hole, wide open threes. They couldn't, it just wasn't going in.
All right.
And it's just like you said, the Kings are damn good. They won like 4, 5, 6 straight games in a row. They were on a winning streak,
and they got like dudes that can put the ball in the bucket. Like it's not like, oh man, like
Sabonis was throwing bricks up all night.
They actually got like some real hoopers over there in Sacramento. So I don't know. Like I've been telling everybody, it's like there's no need to get your blood pressure all high watching Grizzly games, because it's like everybody knows what the game plan is going into the offseason. You want to lose organically, but you don't want to tank because you get fined for tanking. So you want to make sure you lose organically, but then at the same time, make sure that the team is doing the right things. I guess coach speak, get good habits. What Taylor Jenkins' favorite line is like, make sure they do their vitamins and stuff like that. I don't know what that is, but you want them to have some positivity at the end of this season so that it carries over into next season. Because then when next season gets here, it's for real going to be a party and a massacre next season. So for a lot of teams out there, because the get back is about to be crazy for the Grizzlies.
All right, man. Well, I got to switch gears. But before I jump off the NBA and go over the Memphis Tiger basketball situation, I do want to know, who do you think the best team right now in the NBA is? Is it Boston? and they can't lose right now.
Is it Boston?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Is it
like
Boston?
they got the best record. They don't play in the West, which I think is still a little bit better night in and night out. But damn, dude, 9-1 in their last 10, won 8 straight games.
Yeah.
They're blowing people out left and right. And I also Cleveland's playing great basketball as well. I got more belief in Cleveland right now than I do in the Bucks because I don't know what it is with Doc. I know they've won a couple straight since they've come back. I will see if it works out. But again, I think they got worse. Drew Holiday was such a great defender and he could score. I don't know if the Dame Lillard thing's going to work out. And him and Middleton don't seem like they are kind of like on point.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's just the.
I just feel like right now Boston has the easiest path to the finals.
Right.
Because Cleveland, while being good, I don't believe they're better than Boston. The Bucks got out of their situation weird. They fired Adrian Griffin, bring in Doc Rivers, get rid of, the Dame Lillard thing, we'll see. Nobody believes in the New York Knicks. 76ers, is Embiid going to come back and play this year?
Mm-hmm.
Without him, I don't believe them at all. So, I feel like they can definitely get there.
Right.
And be right there. And that gives them a damn good chance. While in the West, I don't know, is it Denver? Could it be, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander ain't no joke in Oklahoma City, bro.
No.
That's a damn good basketball team.
They're good,
but I don't think they're the greatest. The Timberwolves still in first place, by the way, somehow. And, I don't know if I can believe in Cat. The Clippers team could go far as hell if they wanted to. When Paul George and Kawhi are on point, that's a nasty team.
Yeah.
Pelicans, by the way, when they're on point, they can do it. Still got a big 3 in the Suns. Like, the West just feels more difficult.
Because you got more options out in the West. Now, I want to go back just a little bit with Milwaukee's case. That's just the cost of doing business of getting another high-end talent. You're going to have to ship out a lot of guys that know how to play their role at a high level for this one guy and expect this one guy to make up the difference of 3 or 4 guys. So they needed to be honest with you, because I forgot when they pulled that Dame trade because I don't know how late in the offseason it was, but it seems like they needed another year to kind of actually piece it together to kind of see, all right, cool, what worked, what didn't work, all right, let's go in the next season and figure it out. But like I said, I mean, it doesn't take long for NBA teams to kind of figure something out because it could be just a flip of a switch and then all of a sudden, hey, Bucks, Celtics, who we taking out of the Eastern Conference Finals, But at the end of the day, the Celtics are the best team in. They're the best team, man. Like you can throw out 5 different combinations out there, and you probably not losing anything on the defensive end. That is scary. That is scary. The fact that you can have Porzingis out there playing the 5, and if you want to take him out, you can put Horford there at the 5. But then you can throw Tatum at the 4, Brown at 3. Just to kind of throw out some more defensive lineups out there. Like it is. Their potential could be scary towards the rest of this season, man. And the West has always been the West, man. Like you're gonna have like 8 or 9 teams that feel like they can go all the way with it. So it's just a matter of who's the healthiest and who can exploit the mismatch the most. And to me, personally, that's the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Because experience matters. And there's no shade to Minnesota. There's no shade to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is in the same boat with the Grizzlies. With the Grizzlies a couple of years ago, got a bunch of young guys, not a lot of experience, and you expecting these young guys to come in and beat an experienced team in the playoffs? I don't see it,
man.
But they're going to be really good.
I'm right there with you. Now I got to switch gears because we got to talk about Memphis. Memphis, man.
Hey, wait, we on the come up. Hey,
try it.
Was slowly.
All gas, no brakes.
We got two games in.
Hey,
3 to go.
Hey,
here we go. Here we go. Here
come the Tigers.
Here we go.
Scared to death. Like this. Like I will say, the video in the morning, I felt good when I saw Jaquan Walton doing the little dance. He had the 901 shirt with the 1 cent. I'm like, all right, my man's ready to go. And he played the best game he's played. He was defensively in their drawers. he was all up in everybody's business. It was nasty. I loved seeing that. And then Naquan Tomlin, the energy that Naquan brought was filthy. Like it reminded me actually of a little. He got a little fired up like Dre did, like it.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he was mean mugging, he was pumping, he was flexing, he was doing everything. So, you know, like when they come out fired up to play, and obviously they wanted to beat FAU, when they wanted to beat Texas A&M and Clemson and Virginia, when they go out there and play good teams, man, damn, they show up. Can they get up for the final stretch? They got UAB, East Carolina, and FAU on the road again. Can they win these 3 straight games and make a run in the tournament, or are we just getting excited for nothing?
I mean, I hope so. I hope they can pull something together. The game against FAU, I think that was the most complete game outside of the Tulane game. I think that was the most complete game since the Clemson, Texas A&M, Virginia type, NCAA tournament type of feel to it, because you knew they got dudes on the other side, on the other side of that bench, and so it's just a matter of how badly do you want this game? Because both teams needed that game needed that game on Sunday. Not to say that FAU could coast or whatever, but that both teams needed that game last Sunday, and the Tigers found a way of doing that. Now, they got, again, I've been saying this all year. They got to take this show on the road. And you can't get off the slow starts in other people's buildings because they will take advantage of you. You got to, what Dave said this on Monday when, we was just talking about the game. And he said, I don't know, it's like they got to manufacture some crowd noise, some cheers. You got to get into the game, And for me, it's like, listen, do what you did against FAU. Not turn the ball over. You finished the game with 6 turnovers. You actually shot the ball pretty well. You actually was running some offense. Defensively, they were on the string. Like, even the trap press, which was something that everybody was upset about, a couple months ago. Like, the trap press actually kind of worked. They got a couple of turnovers, got to the bucket, got some easy buckets, or got to the free throw line. It's just the little things that we've been talking about that they have to continue to do. They have to play. They have no choice but be the desperate team because it's the only way for them to get into this tournament. Like right now, I think Lunardi has them under consideration of getting in, but they're not really out. So it's like that's not a comfortable feeling to be in. So you gotta take this show on the road against East Carolina. Gotta take care of business. East Carolina
UAB on Sunday is though huge because UAB right now, I watched them play against Tulane. They looked real good. They did stub their toe against Rice, but they went. Yeah. They beat FAU earlier this month. They dropped North Texas. Somehow they lost to Rice, which I still can't figure out how they lost to Rice.
I'm still trying to figure out how the Tigers lost to Rice. Yeah, but that's just me, man. That's just me.
But they got Wichita State coming up, and then they play the Tigers, and it's here. And remember, man, UAB, Andy Kidd and these boys, they kind of put it on us. They scored 97 points in that first matchup against us. Now, the Tiger defense, I mean, they didn't look anything like they did against FAU when they played UAB.
That's why the city's team is almost there, baby. Like you take care, you take care of East Carolina. You get back on Sunday against. Yep. No, not Sunday.
That's Sunday against UAB.
Get back on Sunday. We back in business.
Then you get a whole week off to get ready for FAU down there. Hey, oh man,
it's setting up perfectly for the run here. But I think for the Tigers, they gotta take it one game at a time. I don't think right now. Don't look at UAB. Look at East Carolina. East Carolina to me scares me more than UAB. UAB, you're playing them at home. You got them at the crib. I'm not scared of UAB at home. I'm scared of East Carolina on the road because East Carolina actually gave team fits this year in their building. FAU should have lost that game early in their conference play to East Carolina, but they found a way to pull it out. So Tigers got to figure it out. They got to bring it against East Carolina on the road.
Man,
because they haven't played well there in the last couple of seasons, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, they got to bring it.
Last but not least, do you think we'll see Malco again?
Man, I hope so, man. That was kind of a bummer. Like I was
kind of a bummer.
That was kind of a bummer, man. Like waking up on a Friday morning, like you go through your day. The last thing you want to see is Tigers losing a player because of academic allegations. So it's like, golly, man. Like the last thing we need to lose is another big, specifically. So, but I mean, credit to Jordan, credit to Tomlin, and even to Jordan Brown to kind of holding down the fort and getting that win. Holding the big rush. It was a rush.
Vlad.
Yeah, the big
Vlad
Russian.
Golden, the Russian.
I mean, he had a career day. And I think he had
but it was like them having to play through the paint actually took them out of their way. They like to play offense, so it was a good thing for the Tigers.
Right. So credit to them for staying out of foul trouble, actually being positive. But for Malcolm, man, like I'm hoping that it's nothing, and they could clear this up without having the NCAA interfering, because we know how the NCAA like to interfere in things that. Seems as minor.
Got a team on probation, so
yeah. So you're just hoping that it's just a singular event, not a program.
I'm pretty sure it is just singular
thing. I'm hoping it's singular, because if it's singular, we can move forward. If it's not, that's not good.
Well, we're going to take a quick time out. Zach, tell everybody what you thinking about this week for the NCAA like basketball. Is there a game? It's Super Tuesday. Do you have a game that you want to bet on? I'm looking for parlay action. Do you bet on college basketball ever?
No, I don't bet, but I like to kind of just keep my eye on certain games because I think it's kind of interesting.
Man.
Who's on the road this week? That's who I'm.
Kentucky on the road tonight against Mississippi State. How about that?
State is on the road tonight. Oh
no,
Kentucky's on the road.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. I might. Hold on. Like
Mississippi State at the house, or you like Kentucky on the road?
I like Mississippi State at the house.
Dang, you're not
State is a bubble team this year, man. State is actually pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if State
wins, they'll be tied with Kentucky in the SEC. Both teams would be at 9-6.
And both teams will probably be in the tournament.
You're probably right. Now, we're going to take a quick time out. We got to do a little bit of Hardwood because it feels so good back in Two Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Burst pipes can be real headaches, especially with the increasing deep freezes. But don't worry, Choate's has solutions by winterizing your home's plumbing pipes. Our smart water monitor and shutoff system detects leaks and can automatically shut off your water to prevent even bigger leaks. We guarantee your outside faucet won't ever freeze with our Freeze Miser upgrade. And don't forget about heat tape we can install for drains and water pipes, keeping them from freezing down to -40 degrees. Concerned about water quality? The Halo Whole Home Water Filtration System filters out pollutants, ensuring clean showers and pure drinking water for your family. For a free estimate on safeguarding your plumbing system or filtrating your water, give Choates a call at 347-8086. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
When a cold comes on strong, try DayQuil Severe Honey Flavor. The daytime, coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, Honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a Honeylicious taste, so a cold won't slow you down. Get back to your day feeling relieved, enjoying the delicious flavor of DayQuil Severe Honey. DayQuil Severe Honey Flavor soothes your symptoms with a delicious taste. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
We don't know who you are. If you're looking for dinner, we don't have any.
But at Sunrise, we do have a particular set of skills. Skills we have acquired over the last several years. Skills that will make someone like you breakfast or lunch. If you come to Sunrise for breakfast or lunch, that will be the end of it. But if not, we will look for you. We will find you. And if you want bacon, we will grill it for you.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Castrol Edge can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for only $36.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is hard to believe, but the Hyundai Santa Fe is actually better? I know, that's crazy, isn't it? The 2024 Santa Fe is new, top to bottom, and even better than before. It's almost as big as the Palisade, so roomy, and now it's got a standard third row. Everybody's clamoring for that. And it's the best SUV when it comes to the ride than ever before. You know how with SUVs you love it because you're sitting high, but you don't get that luxury kind of ride like a sedan? You do with the 2024 Santa Fe. It's the best riding SUV ever, and it's quiet. It's the ultimate family car. All you've got to do to be sold is to test drive it. The people at Homer Skelton Hyundai are saying, come try it. You'll love it. Homer Skelton Hyundai, right at the corner of Highway 78 and Craft Road. First exit in Mississippi. Go see the ultimate SUV, the 2024 Santa Fe.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Dacus, man. About to do a little bit of Hardwood where it feels so good. I got some pretty funny stories. Russell Wilson saying some wild stuff. I can't wait to get Dacus' opinion on what Russell Wilson said. Cam Newton, we're finding a little bit more about the fight. He got into a big fight over the weekend. He handled himself pretty well. He's a big dude, 6'6".
Sure is.
You know, he's a damn stud, man. I wouldn't want to fight him. He's like 7 feet tall with his crazy hat and his hair. But yeah, huge man. We'll find out why. Now that some more of the information has come out, is that just Cam being Cam? Was it kind of justified? I don't know. Y'all can judge on the other side. But I do need to tell you right now, y'all need to go over to Top Gun Memphis. That's right, 2770 Witten Road. You head over there. It's not just the largest indoor range. Size does matter, but it's not just the size. They have the best, and I'm talking about the best in the business that can help you feel comfortable with your guns. The Top Gun Academy classes, from if you've never shot a gun in your life and you're scared, you can go over there and they will teach you a very, very simple. Like, you will be sitting there, man, like getting trained by the guys who know everything about guns. There's over 300 years experience, by the way, over Top Gun Memphis. Their Top Gun Academy, you can go from the first shot all the way to master marksmanship classes. They can do it all. Beginners to the advanced, they cover it all. They also have some membership classes. You can become a member of the gold membership. Right now it's only $48 a month. That's only $1.60 a day. You get to shoot 24/7. You get on that range 7 days a week. Bing, bang, boom. Life is beautiful. You also get access to the members' lounge. When you buy ammunition, you get free gun rentals. So if you want to try out some different guns, they have over 100 different guns to choose from. You can be like, yeah, I want to use this one. I want to use that one. I want to use this one. I want to use it. Man, find out what you like. Go to TopGunMemphis.com, by the way. You can check them out online. You can look at their Top Gun Academy classes. You can find out about their membership. Head on over to Top Gun Memphis. Again, when you think guns and shooting and you think protection, think of just Top Gun Memphis. Let's go to Hardwood.
Says Hardenwood.
Didn't have the pot up, did you?
It was up. It just wasn't turned on.
It just wasn't. It was up, but it just was not turned on. Good news, bad news. Are you ready?
Okay.
Good news. Cam Newton is all right.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Bad news. It could be his fault. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, again, this is hearsay, okay? We have Cam Newton's side, which basically he has said nothing so far. Have you heard anything from Cam?
I have not.
I have not. You know, he has a little show he does. Haven't heard anything about it. I figure we will hear something about it later this week. But the men who got in a fight with Cam Newton, who were coaches in the 7-on-7 league and used to coach with Cam Newton back in 2021. They left Cam Newton and got their own little organization and did their own training in their own 7-on-7.
Okay.
They have played each other a few times, Cam Newton's team and these guys' team. This guy's name is TJ. TJ and Steph Brown. They're the coaches of Top Shelf Performance. Again, Top Shelf Performance, a 7-on-7 league. They work them out. They get them prepared, try to get them into college. They go around the country competing against each other. Again, they used to be with Cam Newton. They left Cam Newton and formed their own one. It's called Top Shelf Performance. They have played Cam Newton's teams 3 times. They've beaten Cam Newton's teams 3 times. So over the weekend, the former coaches TJ and Steph, they said that they're getting out of their car, and then all of a sudden, Cam jumps out of his car and starts yelling, "Hey, all you sorry SOBs.
Whoa.
Man, I ain't gonna work today." He's like, we betting today. What we betting? Screaming, what we betting? And TJ says, man, I'm like, I ain't betting you, bro. I already bet you 3 times. You got beat the first 3 times.
Whoa.
So we ain't betting. Cam then goes back. What we betting? I got plenty of money. I ain't ever gonna run out of money. And that's when TJ comes back and says, well, that's your problem because all you care about is money. You think money is everything. You can't buy me. And TJ walked off. Cam didn't like that he turned his back on him. So Cam screams a little bit. Next thing you know, he's like 3 minutes in the game. He's screaming from the other side of the field. Hey, I know that play. That's my stuff. I taught y'all everything y'all know. I'm y'all's daddy. I made y'all. I'm the reason for everything y'all got going on in life. Damn. Reason y'all got everything going on in life. I'd be like, man, who the hell you think you are, Holmes? So everything gets a little bit, going sideways. And then next thing you know, the game is over. And that's when the coaches can confront Cam, him and Steph. And they said that, it never should have gotten to that, But he says, you're just, and these are Steph and TJ saying, but you're not going to let anybody go out there and just respect you and talk crazy to you, talk crazy in front of your kids. I know I should have brushed it off. But everybody's not able to do that. And he says, man, when Cam touched him, he threw the first punch. He did throw a punch. He said he threw the punch, and then his buddy Steph came in there and threw a punch. And then, by the way, Cam Newton's the wrong dude that you want to mess with. And you could see Cam Newton could have taken him out at any point. But at a 7-on-7, like, you're Cam freaking Newton. You're a national champion. You're an NFL MVP quarterback. Like, I don't know. Does it not feel like that was a little excessive?
Yeah.
Like, I own you. I made you.
Yeah.
Like, I made you. Like, dude, I'm sorry. Somebody else came up to me and started talking in my face, telling me how they made me and I own you and blah, 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 blah. I'd probably smack him upside the head, too.
Yeah.
In fact, I know I'd smack him upside the head. But damn. Like, I was all about, Cam Newton, bro. He's a bad mamma jamma. You don't want to bust up on him. But damn, I feel like almost I wish he would have gotten a little busted up.
Yeah.
Because he is always running his damn mouth. No, he was the best $180,000 Auburn has ever spent in their entire life, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that. Cam Newton, did you know I saw this? Because I stole this from Robert Griffin III, who's also annoying as hell. Did you see where Cam Newton's offense, do you know how many players on that offense that won the national championship played in the NFL?
I do not.
1 offensive lineman.
Wow.
1 offensive lineman and 1 other. Here it is right here. I was looking for it. Cam Newton led Auburn to a national championship. 1 O-lineman started a NFL game.
Wow.
No one else recorded an NFL reception, a rush, a pass attempt, a reception. man, he's used to being a one-man army.
That's crazy.
He really is. Like, he was a one-man army. That's the best $180K Auburn ever spent. Got him a natty. But damn, Cam, listen, these poor guys out here, you know they living vicariously through these kids.
Yeah.
They ain't got no highlight reels of them winning a natty. They ain't got no MVPs. They didn't play in no Super Bowl. Damn, don't be crushing folks' dreams out there. And I will say, man, when you throw money in it and you start talking about how you got all this money and like I got all this money and you don't, that just steps it up to an extra notch. Like, man, I hate to say this. No, I'm not going to say it because that would have been terrible. Good thing. You know, it's a good thing I think every once in a while. But switching gears from Cam Newton, Russell Wilson has lost his damn mind. Now, tell me I'm crazy because you're the one who knows a little more than me when it comes to this area. Now, I'm working on it because, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to church. Chaz is teaching me. But, like, is it okay to sit there and compare yourself to Joseph, who raised Jesus, by the way? Because he's raising, by the way, Russell Wilson is raising, not raising, they're co-parenting Future Jr., the future son. And Russell Wilson literally said this. This is insane. On the I Am an Athlete podcast, I think it was Brandon Marshall he was talking with.
Okay.
He comes out and says, like, this is just, I mean, again, remember, this is Future's child. Again, they're co-parenting and all that good stuff. But he came out and said he felt God was talking to him. And not only was God telling him that he should be with Sierra, but that it was going to be apparent that his job was also going to be to raise Future Jr., Future's baby.
Huh.
And then he said God spoke to him and he became a family man. And then he said this one. He said, you know, Jesus Christ wasn't Joseph's son, but Joseph raised him. And I'm just like Joseph. Whoa! I don't know about you. Again, look, LeBron loves him some LeBron, man. I was kind of getting on him. Like you created this thing for Bron.
No, nobody loves themselves more than Russell Wilson.
Whoa, like, dude, hold on. You compared yourself to Joseph? Like, when you bring stuff like that up, does he not understand that it may, I mean, like, and by the way, if I'm Future who does not like Russell Wilson and he's saying this in the public, I'm going over to Russell's house and I'm whipping his ass. Bro, I can raise my kid. You married to Sierra, back the bleep off. His name is Future, not Cornball.
Yeah, not what I would do.
Like Brandon Marshall looked at him like he was smoking crack, and he was just not. He wasn't.
As he probably should have. Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's wild. That's one of the wilder things I've heard in a while.
Damn, bro. Like, I was talking about, like, I love me some me. Y'all know that. I love me some me. But, man, I ain't ever felt divine or nothing. Like, bruh.
No.
And by the way, like, listen, I pray all the time. I hope God's speaking back, but I ain't ever heard him, like, say, yo, you be like Joseph and raise Future's kid. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not with Sierra, so he wouldn't say that to me.
Right.
But I don't know, man. Just... I thought that was a little...
Yeah, no, not what I would do.
I mean, like, this is a dude who's about to get cut from his team. And he's talking about he's Joseph. How about you start talking some football and get in the damn... and figure out how to play that game again? Someone just
texted and said, Russell Wilson is about to meet the inner Matt Barnes in Future. Oh, that's great.
Oh, Lord have mercy, man. Oh, I'm late for a break already. Damn, man.
Wow, we had too much fun during Hard Knocks.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Sure does.
One other thing that I was going to say, last thing that I got to say, because I do have to get this out. Bro, do you remember Damon Arnett?
Oh, absolutely.
First round draft pick at Ohio State by the Raiders. And dude was supposed to be a stud. He was going to be a stud, but, you know, he never really... His career never took off, if you didn't notice. He was arrested for many, many things. Well, he just got arrested again. This time, I think he's actually going to get off. I think. If I'm in a lawyer, I can get him off. He had Adderall. Now, his arrest record says that he had methamphetamines and a gun. Well, he was pulled over, acted a little nervous. The cops asked him to get out of the car, asked him if he had anything on him. He said he didn't. Then for some reason, he put his Adderall in his sock. He had one Adderall pill. He does have a prescription for it. You need to keep that stuff in your body. Right. Because you got to have proof that you own it. But he didn't have it, so of course they searched his car, they found a gun, and they charged him with possession of a weapon with methamphetamines. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on the radio. All you have to do is go get his script from the doctor, go to the court and say the gun's registered to him, the Adderall was his, he took one pill out. I don't know why he didn't just shove it in his damn mouth. You know what I'm saying? Right. Don't put it in your sock, Holmes. Maybe he ate one earlier and was going to try to wait his 6 hours till his next scheduled dose. I don't know. But a dude who's always been in trouble just finds a little bit more trouble because he's just dumb. But again, this is a lesson for all of y'all. If you got scripts, make sure you got that script. Don't just be taking it out. Leave it in the bottle. Yeah. They pull you over and you just got loose Adderall in your pocket. You getting arrested for methamphetamines. You know what I'm saying? So, by the way, be careful, all you little ADH kids. Don't y'all dare touch the dial. We got picks on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I wish you could see the beautiful azaleas and dogwoods in bloom. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. I can't tell you how many times clients in November have told me that the flowers are truly breathtaking and the pool sparkles, but in November, it won't. But I say rush the season. Take photos in March, April when the azaleas are in full bloom, and take pictures of the pool when it's open, and maybe show some kids in the pool playing. So when you sell your home in the winter months, people don't have to use their imagination. They can see the beauty of your home as you see it. And when you're taking your pictures and thinking of selling at some point in the future, remember what people often say. When you want the job done, call Shell Dunn. You can reach me at memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546. At Shell Dunn Rosengarten, the worst golfer in town, at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com.
Getaway Sports Bar, the best kept secret in town, open noon to 1:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Garvin, the owner, created this SEC NFL Dream Bar over 20 years ago. You'll never miss a minute of action. 10 TVs, 5 70-inch TVs for all the big games. Rack them up on 6 pool tables. Coldest beer in town, grab you a pool stick and get you some good bar grub. 100% Angus burgers, big and moist chicken tenders. Daily happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. with long neck domestics, $2.25. Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. I got my good friend Brian Dacus hanging out with me, and I am fired up because it is super duper Tuesday, and we're going to win some money. I will tell you, I am in love with Texas Tech. The more I've looked at the Texas Tech-Texas game, and as my good buddy David Cobb from CBSSports.com reminded me, Texas Tech cannot stand Texas. The fact that the Longhorns are headed to Lubbock tonight after they just got routed by Kansas is, this team can't be feeling all that good. Texas ain't walking in with a lot of confidence. And did you know that Texas Tech is 11-1 at home this season?
Wow.
They don't lose in Lubbock. I expect the Red Raiders to go out there and pimp slap the Longhorns. Jay Morgan was a Texas Tech Red Raider.
He was. Guns up.
I think Guns Up is going to be happy tonight. By the way, the other thing, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you were talking about Texas Tech being so good at home. I just wanted to update everybody. We've talked about Jerome Tang and how good he is in overtime.
Jerome Tang in Kansas State.
Kansas State is now 12-0 in OT games under Jerome
Number
Tang.
one, the fact that game went to overtime last night, Kansas State should be embarrassed. They were up by 20?
West Virginia, feisty team, 25.
And by the way, let me tell you something. Neither team played any defense.
That's a good point.
That's how
they came back from 25 points.
Any defense. But when you go, when a team goes on like a 30-8 run, bro, you check yourself.
Yeah.
I
like West Virginia.
And the little kid, the little freshman guard for Kansas State, man, you need to take him out. He would turn into a turnover machine on that little 3-minute stretch.
He sure was.
I'm like, dude, Tang, come on, Tang, pull him out. But I love
12-0 though, crazy.
Yeah, 11-1 though for Texas Tech, who we're taking tonight.
I like that.
I love Texas Tech. I'm rocking in fire. And 6 o'clock, we have Cincinnati playing Houston. You can get the total at 132.5. It's at 6 o'clock. So, just so you understand what I'm saying here, if you like unders and you watch college basketball and you gamble, you will understand if you are taking an under that you don't take it right when the game starts. Because before the game starts, if you're going to take it under, what happens right after a game starts? For some reason, they make a couple baskets.
They get hot.
The total shoots up.
That's right.
5, 6, 7 points. That's when you pound Houston and you take the under when it gets to about 136.5. Get it at 136.5, pound it and enjoy it. Then parlay that with Texas Tech on the money line, man. On the money line. And then last but not least, we're going late night. We're going 9 o'clock in the West Coast Conference. We're going to lay the 10.5 and take Utah State on the road against Fresno State. That's our 3-game parlay, baby. Hopefully we're going to get rich. I got a 50% parlay boost. So you will know early tomorrow if I hit, because I will be one happy man, I can promise you that. Get out there, make the world a better place, people. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Top Gun is the largest indoor range in the Mid-South, but size isn't their only difference. Top Gun has the best instructors with over 300 years combined experience and classes all the way from first shot to master marksmanship. Plus, Top Gun is affordable. Gold membership is just $48 a month. That's just $1.60 a day for unlimited range time, free gun rentals with purchase of ammo, and members lounge access. Top Gun, 2770 Witten Road and TopGunMemphis.com. Always shoot with the best. Top Gun Memphis.